What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JBsports, back again with another one. Got breaking news, unfortunate news at that. WBC and WBA welterweight champion Errol, the true Spence, has withdrawn from his August 21st fight with Filipino icon and 8th division world champion Manny Pacquiao. Unfortunate. It has been disclosed that Errol Spence Jr. has a torn retina. So this is an eye injury. I don't know if it's career threatening. I'm waiting on further info on that. I'm talking to a few of my sources, that are close to the situation, and I don't know the extent of this injury, but I do know, based on past eye injuries, in particular to one of the all-time greats in the welterweight division, one of the all-time great fighters in boxing, period, Sugar Ray Leonard. He had a torn retina that I believe that he suffered in the first Thomas Hitman Hearns fight. Now, he had a couple of fights after that fight, but he was forced to retire from the sport of boxing due to the eye injury. Back then, the technology was a little bit different and not as advanced as it is right now. So this could be similar situation, or it might not be a similar situation. It could be totally different, man. We're advanced in the medical technology, so hopefully Errol Spence Jr., once he has surgery on the eye or whatever he needs to do to get the eye situation corrected, he'll be able to continue his boxing career. But now you're looking at Pacquiao versus Yordenis Ugas. This is going to be an interesting matchup because, Pacquiao basically been calling Yordenis Ugas a fake champion. Basically said he didn't earn that belt in the ring. He was gifted that belt. Basically saying similar things that they said about Devin the Dream Haney. Basically, you are email champion. You didn't get that title in the ring. You didn't earn that title in the ring. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. Pacquiao going to want to show that he's a real, true WBA champion. Yordenis Ugas is going to have a point to prove. This is going to be his second time on that big stage. He came up a little bit short when he fought Sean Porter. This fight is on a high level, but he's fighting a guy that's a top 5 welterweight, as it was the case when he fought Sean Showtime Porter. So it's going to be a big-time opportunity for Yordenis Ugas to rise to the occasion. If he could pull the upset and defeat Manny Pacquiao, that'll set the stage for big fights with Errol Spence Jr. potentially and the WBO welterweight champion Terrence Bud Crawford. Now, a lot of Canelo fans and fanboys and fangirls basically gonna come out and say, look, this is the exact reason why Canelo Alvarez wanted that replacement clause in his contract. Situation like this occurs, he'll be able to have a replacement opponent. But I don't think the opponent was a problem. People didn't want you to be getting $40 million to fight an Anthony Durrell or somebody like that. But I think Manny Pacquiao's purse is going to remain the same in this fight. I think his potential to earn is going to probably be a little bit less than it was because he's going to get back-end money on the pay-per-view, and the pay-per-view sales are probably going to be a little less than it would have been if he was fighting Errol the True Spence. So I think he'll take money, a little bit less money on the back end, but his guarantee is going to be still the same. So ain't nothing changed in that regard. So people are going to say that's the reason why Canelo wanted that in his contract. But you got to give Pacquiao credit. He's going to be fighting a much tough replacement, man. Usually when you get a replacement opponent, he don't have the accolades, he don't have the resume of a Yordenis Ugas. So I am still excited about this fight. It'd been better if we could have seen Pacquiao versus Spence, but Spence is going to have to take care of his eye situation. Hopefully he'll have a speedy recovery and he'll be able to get back into the ring sometime in 2022. But this is the second serious injury that he has suffered in his career. He had the car accident where he was able to survive his car flipping over multiple times. Now he's got to deal with this eye injury. And when he does, if and when he does come back from his eye injury, will he still be able to campaign at 147 pounds? That's why a lot of people going to come out the woodwork and say that's why you should have made the Bud Crawford fight. Because you never know in the sport of boxing. They got an old saying, tomorrow is not promised to no man or woman. And that's very prevalent in the sport of boxing. The next fight is not promised to no fighter. He's got to take care of business at hand when he's in the ring with his upcoming opponent. We can't never get too far out in the future. So when a fight of this magnitude or a mega fight of this magnitude has a chance of happening, when you got two undefeated American fighters you know, potentially can match up. You shouldn't let other things like, well, let me clean up my side of the street and take care of that, and then I'll come your way when I'm ready to fight for Undisputed. You know, Errol Spence Jr., I can understand where he was coming from in that regard, because those fights was easier to make because those guys are with the PBC. But when you do go that route, you have the potential of a fight never happening. You know, we remember back in the day when we had the old Gamboa Lopez situation, where Bob Arum wanted to marinate that fight, and that fight never went down as Lopez got upset not once but twice by Salido. And this is a potential roadblock for this situation involving Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Bud Crawford. So when I get a little bit more detail on the eye injury, the severity of the eye injury with Errol Spence Jr., I will let you guys know in the next video that I do on this situation. I'll let you guys know. But right now, the situation is that Manny Pacquiao will now take on Yordenis Ugas for Ugas' Super WBA welterweight title. Victor Ortiz and Robert Guerrero will move up to the co-main event. That first fight with Pacquiao protege will get moved up to the second fight of the night, and then you're gonna have to come with an opener fight for the pay-per-view card. And that fight has not been disclosed to me yet, who will be on that fight, the pay-per-view opener. So once I get that, I'll let you guys know in short order. So we will see what happens. We will see what transpires. But that's the breaking news. Who you like in the matchup between Pacquiao and Ugas? I like Pacquiao to win a very competitive decision win over Yordenis Ugas. He could drop Ugas maybe once in the fight, but I think Ugas does a good job of pressing the action, going to the body. But I just don't think Ugas has the power to take out Manny Pacquiao. If you don't have the power to stop Pacquiao, a la Juan Manuel Marquez, it's going to be hard to outbox Manny Pacquiao. The only guy that was able to do that, I'm talking about Pacquiao when he was on top of his game. I ain't talking about Pacquiao that got knocked out early in his career. I'm talking about Pacquiao since he was Pacquiao. The only person that was able to outbox him was Floyd Mayweather Jr. Timothy Bradley couldn't do it. You know, Juan Manuel Marquez was on the verge of getting outboxed and possibly getting stopped when he was able to land that money punch in the fourth fight. He arguably outboxed him in that third fight. I thought he won, but the first two fights were very close. I thought Pacquiao definitely won the first fight. The second fight, I thought he edged it out with the knockdown. The third fight, I thought he actually outboxed Pacquiao. So outside of Marquez in the third fight and Mayweather, your chance of outboxing Pacquiao is slim and none, man. You got to beat fighters on that level, Hall of Fame fighters with elite skill level, and that was the case with Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Juan Manuel Marquez. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. Let me know your thoughts about Errol Spence Jr. being forced to withdraw from the Manny Pacquiao fight due to a torn retina. And let me know your thoughts about that injury. Do you think that injury could end Errol Spence Jr.'s career, or at least force Errol Spence Jr. to step away from the sport of boxing for a year or two, like it did with Sugar Ray Leonard? But we're more advanced in the medical field now, so I don't see that type of injury keeping the box out if he wants to continue his career. Look at Kell Brook. He had two broken orbital bones. He was able to continue his boxing career. So hopefully that'll be the case with Errol Spence Jr. He'll be able to resume his career after he takes care of his eye injury. Let me know your thoughts, and follow me on GerardBriscoe.3551, and hit the like button if you like the content of this video, and subscribe to JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend, and I holla.